Let's rock, baby.
Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Infiltr8, and I can say this wholeheartedly, man, that it feels good to be back. Yeah, the last video I did was about roughly a little over 4 years ago, and I just disappeared after that, man. I got orders to the Middle East, and I couldn't focus on gaming, and then I had a lot of things going on with family, so I couldn't really do the one thing that actually relaxed me the most, which was, coming on here and putting on a show for you guys and just, overall trying to give you guys good quality matches and, whatever else my channel had to offer you guys. First off, I want to say thank you to everybody who, stayed with me and supported me and still stayed subscribed even though I wasn't putting up anything. And I got a couple emails and, personal messages on YouTube and Facebook, if I was going to be ever uploading again. And at that point in time, I didn't have an answer. Everybody was still putting out content, and I thought I was too far behind the curve to really get in there and, still be able to put on a show since I take a leave of absence for so long. But I can safely say, this is going to be first of many videos to come. And recently, my boy Dayasha, you guys know him as Dayasha, and Free1up, recently just posted some videos about, their whole YouTube experience and, what it's done for them and, the tournament scene and, everyone they've met along the way and how all these challenges came, pretty much just paved the way for everybody else to come on and do their challenges and get their name out there. And I've met so many good people through this, and I could only see it getting better. As you can see, the community's gotten a lot better just on YouTube alone. The scene is bigger than it's ever been before, and even though we may have been small time, we played a minor part in that, and just to see that those two are still out there, decided to make videos again. I only felt that it'd be right that since I was addressed in these videos, that I make my own, to talk about things from my point of view, how I started, how I wanted to get better, how I strictly just wanted to be the best Bison player that YouTube ever saw. So I'm gonna pretty much talk about things that happened, with my, challenges and my YouTube channel and future things that's gonna happen with it. I'm also going to talk about, tournament experience, tournament nerves, um, just pretty much everything that's happened to me in the last 4 years since I've been gone and what I plan to do with my channel now that I'm back home. I've been home for a little bit under 2 years, roughly 2 years, and I think I've only entered one tournament and I think I got fourth. I didn't even show up the last day, so technically I didn't even freaking place. But um, uh, yeah, man, it feels good to be back, and I honestly, as you guys can see, I look a little different. I'm not underweight like I was when 2010 before I joined, so I definitely have been busy. Glad to see you guys are still around and still, cracking heads online, and just give me a little bit of time, man. I'm still out there. I'm still trying to put out content for you guys. I just don't know. I didn't know which direction to start, but since Dayasha and Free1up got the ball rolling, I might as well hop on and, share my take on how everything, came to light from 2009 on to this day forward and what I plan on doing after today. So I'm going to talk about all those over the course of a couple matches I'm going to have on here, but I don't have a capture card anymore, so I'm going to have to do all my matches or my recordings on Steam. I recorded these over the last couple weeks, months. So I hope you guys enjoy. It's not going to be crazy tech, like all the stuff that you guys see all the day. I mean, I haven't been playing a lot. I try to stay fresh, but as you can see, I've gotten a lot better, but I'm not where I should be if I would have stayed playing. But yeah, I'm going to talk about all these things while these matches are going to go. So once again, thank you guys for still being around. And without further ado, here the matches are, man. All right, let us begin. I got some endless going, just some random matches that I had on my Steam account. This is, if you guys notice, my name is different. On this one, I'm a Tyrant Demon Lord. I'm playing Gen. Uh, this is my new computer that I got a couple months ago, so I'm just running some Ultra on this until I can get a good capture card and get my fight stick for my Xbox working again. So yeah, where have I been? Well, today is a really important day for me. It's symbolic because to this day, 6 years ago exactly, January 20th was the day that I shipped out to Navy boot camp, and it was the last, like those two last videos I made was like the 90% of the last um, activity you guys seen on my channel for a while. And then I made some more uploads in 2012, and then that was it. So um, my time in the military, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I wanted to stay in, but due to some personal reasons with my kids, I had to get out. I didn't like the way things were being dealt with at home between their mom and them, and I had got some pretty bad news. So you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So yeah, let's talk about the channel. The channel, what I was gonna do was, when I got home, I decided I was gonna just completely scrap this channel and turn it into a fitness channel because I wasn't uploading Street Fighter anymore. Everybody was far surpassed me as far as tech and just knowledge of the game and character familiarization, and so I didn't want to compete anymore. It was just, I like to just spectate and just watch from the sidelines. And then I realized that you can still play, you can still upload whatever you want. So what I'm gonna do with this channel exactly is, I'm not gonna turn it into a fitness channel, I'm not gonna turn it into a gaming channel. This is just a channel based off whatever I want to put on it. So I'm gonna do vlogs, I'm gonna do reviews, I'm gonna do traveling, I'm gonna do walkthroughs, I'm gonna play a lot of Street Fighter, but it's gonna be more well-rounded than just Street Fighter. I'm gonna have a lot more fighting games than just Street Fighter. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing with the channel. Maybe talking about the military, as far as anyone that's interested in going, because there were a lot of people who were interested in going, and I didn't really have any information to give them because I wasn't in yet. I was still nervous and I didn't know what to expect. So, but I can say that my experience is probably not going to be the same as someone else because that was 6 years ago. But I'll be glad to help anybody who's taking that path in their life. Now, I want to talk about the videos that just recently surfaced from Dayasha and Free1up. They just put up a couple videos about their encounter and playing and what YouTube has done for them, and how we all sort of found each other. So I'm not going to go into details about how me and Dayasha already met. You guys already know that if you guys watched his video. If you haven't, the link will be in the description. So yeah, we were just browsing on YouTube, looking up like combos and looking up like gameplay, and David said to himself, he's like, oh, I can beat half of these people. So I'm like, yeah, you probably can. Why don't you make a YouTube channel and start playing people? And that's what he did. Like he did it before I did. Like I had no intention on doing that at all. So he was on there, and I had watched a couple of videos with him, and ran into a guy named Free1up, and it's like, who's this Bison? I'm like, man, this guy ain't got the tech. I don't know what he's doing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a channel, and I'm gonna challenge anybody that wants to play. I'm mainly looking for Bisons because I want to show that I'm the best one. So he's like, all right, yeah, make your channel. So I made my channel, and I said who I am, and this is what I'm planning on doing. And I got some challengers, and I played, and met a lot of people, but I couldn't get a hold of him. It was him and DSP I was looking for, and DSP would not answer me. I guess it's the way I came off, because me being stupid, me being cocky, me being a moron or whatever. So I guess he didn't want any part of that, or maybe he just didn't get it from all the people and hate mail that he gets daily for his gameplay in Street Fighter. But yeah, he didn't want to play, and I'm like, okay, so I moved on to Free1up. Like, okay, let's play, and he never answered me. So I'm like, okay, at this point I'm getting mad. I'm like, yo, why doesn't anybody else want to play? Like, do people who have like status in this game, or if they're pretty popular on the internet, like they won't play you because they think that you're not worth the time? But the guy seemed like a nice guy, so I didn't know what to expect. So long story short, we had a couple videos back and forth, and he played on PlayStation and I was mainly on Xbox. So I'm like, okay, you know, uh, Dayasha had got me, and actually bought me a PlayStation 3 and a copy of Unreal Tournament. So I went out and got Street Fighter 4, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna play. So I told him I had the system, and set up a day and we'll play. I'll come to you and we'll play. So we played, and I don't know what got over me, but when I play people and it's like I'm really trying to beat them, my mind's not, I'm not thinking straight, and I got nervous, and he like crip walked on me, man. I was like Shannon Briggs, like, like, let's go, champ, let's go, champ. I go wherever you go, champ. And he beat the hell out of me. So I was mad about that, and we played later on down the line a few years later, and when I had finally became a little bit more seasoned in the game, and it was a much more interesting battle, and it was fun. It was I had a blast with all my YouTube challenges. Like, I met Alvarez on here, Alvarez 38006. I met him on here. I got to meet Burn Your Bra. I met Rico Suave. I got to go to the Arc and train with EMP, when they were, the big fighting game like group, like everybody wanted to be in there. So, well, I never wanted to be EMP. I just wanted, to train with them. I wanted to, see what they had to offer. And once me and Dayasha went there and we came back, like, we went there, we met up with someone named Nightmare, and we got there and we played, and I don't think I won a round in anything. Like, I got bodied. So when I got back after all that training and all that stuff, Sanford screaming in the background, y'all step y'all game up, step y'all game up. Got to play him. I got to play Yipes. I got to play Kraymore, and I just got like mauled. So we got back, and we had realized that just being there and playing them, it boosted our confidence, and we just beat everybody we came across. Like every YouTube challenge we had from that point on forward, like we were winning them before, but we were winning them by landslides. Like, we were just beating everybody, and it was good, man. Like, we just beat everyone. So with that, more challenges came, and people were like, okay, how do you beat this guy? How do you beat this character? How do you beat that? And that's when my tutorials came into play. A lot of people didn't have the ideas on how to beat certain characters, so I went out and challenged the best people that played that character, character specialists. And whether I won or lost, I took information from that and applied it to my channel to help other people out. Like, my channel was always, I always wanted to help people. I wanted to body people, but I always wanted to put the information out, because we were the people who wanted to be, the Jay Wongs, or the, we wanted to like dethrone them. So I figure all of us low channels, if we learn the tech, we'll eventually get there and take these guys out. So that's what my goal was when I had my channel, and I'm mad it never came to that, for the fact that I had to go. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with myself. I had a good job, but I decided to quit, and I just lived off all the money that I acquired from that job for a whole year. I threw my cell phone in the river, and I just completely just went off the grid. And I posted 2 videos the night before I left the boot camp, and I pretty much just went AWOL from there. But I was glad to be home. I don't feel right being home, but it's a work in progress. I'm still working at it. So yeah, I'm actually gonna start uploading a lot more. I'm gonna probably do 1 or 2 more Street Fighter 4 videos, and then that'll be it as far as Street Fighter 4 goes, because I haven't really touched 5. So I'm gonna open 5 and hit 5, hit the ground running, and see what I can do. I'm most likely not gonna main Bison in 5. I'm gonna be most likely maining Nash or Nakali, because I've been screaming for Nash ever since Street Fighter AE. And now that I finally got him, I don't care what variation he's in. I don't care if he's all Frankenstein out with the jewels on his face. I don't care. I'll take whatever I can get as long as he plays good. And if he doesn't, I'll make him play good. But yeah, that's my plans for my channel, and I can't wait to get it started, man. I'm just waiting for that game to drop so we can all get this thing going and just pick up where we left off, because I know a lot of people are going to be putting out some content when the game drops, and I already feel like I'm behind the curve because I see all the tech that people are doing now, and it's just like, oh man, I need to hop on here and play this beta. But the temptation is so strong. But you know, I'm not gonna cave, because I'd rather them just fix it the way they're gonna fix it, and then I'll play it when it's in its full, you know, in its full form. Because I've already heard stories about how they've nerfed Nakali, how they've nerfed Nash, how Bison got a buff apparently, but I heard a lot of things on him have changed as well. So I'd rather play a complete game when it's not, you know, where they're not still trying to dissect what's broken and what's not. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. As you guys can see here, I'm using a bunch of different characters. I dropped Bison to move to DiCaprio for the fact that I couldn't deal with a lot of Bison's bad matchups, but I'm gonna close this set out with Bison. Yeah, man, when I played 4, when I came back, you know, I was just over Bison. I didn't feel like I mastered him, but I felt like I learned so much with him. The character was just boring, you know, like you just sit there and just chip people away with, you know, medium kicks and roundhouses. And you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you play your Bison a certain way, and it's just like, yeah, but it's not enough, you know. Like I played Dayasha a couple of days ago in the set that you guys saw in his video, and I'm playing him with different characters, and you know, it took me like 6 or 7 games to like get one on him. And we used to pretty much go back and back in the day, like back to back in the day. And he's like, oh man, you're not losing to me, you know, you're good, your execution's good, you're a lot better than you used to be, which is surprising. Like I really didn't know, like people thought that, like a few people have said that I'm a lot better than I used to be, because I haven't played. But he's like, yeah, you're not losing to me, you're losing to the game, like I'm shutting your options down. And it's like I still have a hard time figuring out what people are talking about when they say that, but I do know that certain things work, and depending on who you play, you can get away with a lot of different things. But yeah, with that being said, I want to see who sticks around for Street Fighter 5 when they can't get away with certain stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna close this out, man. Glad to be back. You know, thanks to everybody who supported me, and you know, I'll see you guys when 5 drops. Peace.